Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, it's starting to sound more and more like your boy Floyd Mayweather is going to be returning back to the ring for that 50th fight, at least to go 50-0. Now, before I report the recent news of what Floyd Mayweather said about returning and the Canelo versus Khan fight, I want to first put together all the signs that I've been noticing ever since Floyd Mayweather claimed that he was retired. I go all the way back to when he did an interview and he was talking about Manny Pacquiao. Matter of fact, he wasn't talking about Manny Pacquiao, but a reporter basically asked Floyd Mayweather, now that you're retired, who would you say is pound for pound number one? And he said, I don't know. All I would say is Pacquiao is probably number two, the best in the world. Basically, he was insinuating that he's still number one. In other words, as long as he's still fighting, he's still number one, because you're not going to say something like that if you are completely retired. Then about a week or two ago, Floyd Mayweather, he came out of nowhere and he talked about Canelo. He basically said that if Canelo keeps talking smack, I'll come out of retirement and shut him up. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said. Of course, he did countless interviews talking about how much money he's been offered to come back. And now we have what he said recently to Fight Hype. This is what he had to say in regards to the Canelo versus Khan fight. Quote, you know, I could easily put a halt on that fight, Canelo versus Khan, if I choose to call Mr. Garcia, Danny Garcia that is. He's an undefeated champion, I'm an undefeated champion. It would be good for me to come back for number 50 and fight the undefeated Danny Garcia. You know, at the MGM Grand, you know, since Danny Garcia is undefeated and he's very explosive, he's a very good fighter. I'll go over to the MGM Grand and say, we need a venue also, and we'll see. End quote. Speaking of a venue, I've always told you guys since the time that Mayweather retired, it's not that much of a coincidence that even though Mayweather is retired, his banner still hangs high on the MGM Grand. I've always thought the only reason the MGM Grand would keep that banner up all year is if Floyd Mayweather is still fighting. I mean, the last time he fought was in 2015. We're in 2016 and the banner is still up. So that was always an obvious indication that Floyd Mayweather would return to go 50-0, or at least attempt to go 50-0. You know, the one thing about Floyd Mayweather is he is a serious competitor inside and outside of the ring. This is more than clear that Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't like to give up his number one spot inside the ring or even financially outside of the ring. Floyd Mayweather, he likes to be the best in the world and he likes to be the biggest thing in boxing. You can say whatever you guys want to say, but Floyd Mayweather is the modern day Muhammad Ali. The reason why I say he's the modern day Muhammad Ali is because what people don't understand is when Muhammad Ali was in his prime, you had a lot of people that were paying to watch him lose. They wanted to see him lose, okay? You had a black man that was a black Muslim that talked about racism freely, refused to go to the war, changed his name to a Muslim name, and showed more confidence in the ring than any other fighter had ever did at that time. Very braggadocious, talked a lot of shit, just like Floyd Mayweather. Matter of fact, I remember Muhammad Ali on one of the documentaries, he was drawing a whole bunch of happy faces, sad faces, different face expressions on a piece of paper. And he said to the guy that was interviewing him, he said, you know what this is? And the guy was like, what? He said, this is the crowd watching me fight. This is the crowd basically paying to see me lose. Because the expressions that he drew was just a couple happy faces, but all the other faces were faces, people crying, people looking mad, people looking extremely angry, right? this is what we see with Floyd Mayweather. The point that I'm making is Floyd has a very good point when he says, if I come back, I could derail the plans of Canelo versus Khan, right? He can mess up Golden Boy's plans by taking his date back, which is May, which we all know now as May Day, right? So Floyd Mayweather is basically telling people, yeah, if I wanted to, I could shake up things and completely mess up Golden Boy Promotions' plans. Simply because of the reason that Floyd Mayweather, regardless if people want to admit it or not, Floyd Mayweather is the biggest star in sports, period. I mean, he's the biggest sport in boxing. He's damn near the biggest star in sports. And if he were to return and come back and fight another undefeated young fighter like Danny Garcia, oh yeah, that would be a big fight. You guys have to also understand, Floyd Mayweather fought against Andre Berto, a fight that the majority of boxing fans criticize. How is it possible that fans criticize this fight so much and yet it still did 5 times the numbers that Golovkin versus David Lemieux did? And Golovkin was supposed to be the new star to replace Floyd Mayweather. Golovkin had an Apple commercial out. He was hanging with Ronda Rousey, and everyone was pushing him to be the next big thing. Floyd Mayweather fights against Andre Berto and still does 5 times the pay-per-views that Golovkin versus Lemieux did? I mean, how is that possible? If Floyd Mayweather fights a big name like Pacquiao, he breaks all of the records, right? And what's crazy with the Andre Berto fight, not only did fans criticize Andre Berto as an opponent, but Floyd Mayweather, he charged more in that fight than Golovkin charged in his fight. And Floyd Mayweather still did 5 times better numbers than Golovkin did. So if you have Floyd Mayweather returning to the ring after everyone thought he was retired, the biggest star in boxing, and he's going to fight against another undefeated, power-punching welterweight in Danny Garcia, oh yeah, they're definitely going to take a big chunk away from Canelo versus Khan. There's no doubt about it. Don't get me wrong, Canelo versus Khan can still be successful, but there's no doubt about it, this Mayweather return would be a huge impact on Canelo versus Khan's numbers. No doubt about it. So let's see what happens. Obviously, like I said, Floyd Mayweather, he's not ready to give up his May Day. He's broken a lot of records on that day or in that month. And we'll see, man. We'll see if he goes head up with Golden Boy Promotions and Canelo versus Khan. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
This is Bobby, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.